On this Thursday, we've got breaking dirt late model silly season news, plus an update on Selinsgrove Speedway and what you need to know for the dirt racing weekend coming up. Let's go. It's Thursday, September 12th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. The World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series has a new date at Lincoln Speedway, which was just announced this week. Coming up on October 12th, they'll head back to Lincoln for the 20,000 win World of Outlaws Keystone Showdown. And if you want to go, I've got a coupon code to save you $5 off each ticket. If you use code DIRTRACKR, that's DIRTRACKR, at checkout at dirtracker.com/keystone or worldofoutlaws.com, you can take advantage of the deal. Lincoln Speedway in Abbottstown, Pennsylvania was one of the original tracks on the World of Outlaws inaugural schedule in 1978 and has been host to the greatest show on dirt every year since 2012. Earlier this season, current championship leader David Gravel fought off Gio Scelzi, Carson Macedo, and Anthony Macri to earn Big Game Motorsports its 100th World of Outlaws victory. Lincoln is always packed for Outlaw shows, so tickets will go fast. Buying in advance gets you the best deal, and buying with code DIRTRACKR gives you the best ticket deal anywhere. So get $5 off each ticket at dirtracker.com/keystone or worldofoutlaws.com with code DIRTRACKR. We'll kick this Thursday show off with another dirt late model domino to fall in what will continue to be a wild, silly season, setting things up for 2025. There have been rumors about this move for a while now, but it is expected that Scott Riggs and Brandon Sheppard will announce, likely today, that they are parting ways following the 2024 season. This ends a 2-year run together that actually had a 3rd-year option on the contract, but that 3rd year is not being exercised. The Sheppard Riggs Racing Organization will rebrand for next season and going forward will be known as Riggs Motorsports. They will remain in a close relationship with Longhorn Chassis and continue to serve as the Longhorn Factory Team as they did all of 2024. Obviously, that means more announcements will come in the future about a new driver and other plans. Some interesting rumblings on that front, so stay tuned into the future. The split was characterized to me as amicable and that both sides have a ton of respect for each other. Sheppard and the Riggs team are still in the thick of the World of Outlaws Championship battle, where they lead Bobby Pierce and Nick Hoffman by 54 points headed into the Sonoya and Talladega weekend. Including those two shows, there are 4 races remaining until World Finals, where this championship will likely be decided in the final laps at Charlotte. So still a lot for this group to play for in the final weeks of their deal. Sheppard is the winningest driver in the history of the Outlaws, but those trips to victory lane have been sparse this season. 3 Outlaw wins, plus a Fairbury prelim, 1 Lucas win, and a dirt car score at Volusia. This team has remained in contention mostly because of their consistency, and that's been aided by that Bobby Pierce tire doping penalty earlier in the year. Since leaving the Rocket House car, Sheppard just could never seem to find the speed of his fellow Longhorn brethren, guys like Jonathan Davenport or Bobby Pierce or Ricky Thornton Jr. It took some time to get rolling in 2023, the first year for Sheppard in a Longhorn, but by year's end, he'd scored 7 wins, including the Silver Dollar Nationals at Huset's, multiple Outlaw wins, the Dirt Track World Championship driving for Kevin Rumley, and that Gateway Dirt Nationals win. But they couldn't carry some of that late season momentum into 2024 as the Longhorn Factory Team, and things just didn't pan out like many thought and hoped. I don't believe this move will surprise many folks, as it seemed to be becoming increasingly clear that something was missing with this partnership. As for Sheppard's future, I'm told he'll likely return to his family-owned B5 for 2025 with plans there still a bit unsettled. I'm sure at least some of you have seen a leaked release from his side that made rounds on social media later in the day on Wednesday. There is a lot to still figure out and decide for 2025 on the late model side of things, and I think this announcement will lead to several others in the coming weeks and months. Feel free to leave your comments below on this situation. Updating another story we talked about earlier this week, the one involving problems at Selinsgrove Speedway in Pennsylvania and the canceled World of Outlaws races, there has been comment now from the Fair Board. They met this week to discuss the situation, and a public statement was released yesterday. That statement says, quote, "The Selinsgrove Fair Board Association is aware of the situation with the current Selinsgrove Speedway promoter, ERS Promotions. We are actively trying to work out an amicable resolution for both parties. The Fair Board would like to reiterate the property will remain a racetrack. We ask for patience at this time for both parties to come to an agreement," unquote. On the Tuesday Daily, we discussed the suits that have been brought against the promoting group for non-payment. Some have seen judgments levied, while others remain open. Jeremy Elliott over at Sprint Car Unlimited also documented drivers struggling to get paid after races there, including Jeff Halligan, who shared that it took him 9 months to receive payment after the 2023 Jim Nace Memorial. If you want to see that full story, I believe it's available for free over at sprintcarunlimited.com. This will likely be an ongoing situation for some time as the promotion side waits for Stephanie Baker to get healthy and for the two sides to reach a resolution. We'll see if any racing happens at Selinsgrove in 2025. With the news out of the way, let's run through what's on tap for the dirt racing weekend ahead. Remember the Flow Racing Night in America race that was supposed to run tonight at I-75? That's been postponed, and the Hunt the Front show Friday at Livonia is rained out. The World of Outlaws late models will hopefully be at Sonoya on Saturday for $15,000 win, and at the Talladega Short Track on Sunday for $35,000 win. That one is a continuation from earlier this year. As I said above, we've got a tight three-way championship battle right now between Sheppard, Pierce, and Hoffman. Ryan Gussin, the most recent Outlaw winner from a few weeks ago at Atomic. Other late model action this weekend includes 3 nights for the MLRA. Mars is racing. The XR Super Series is at Muskingum County on Saturday, and a lot more. In open wheel action, the Kubota High Limit Sprint Cars are at Lernerville Friday and Saturday with $50,000 going to the Saturday night winner. David Gravel won this race a year ago, but obviously he won't be in attendance to defend. Rico Abreu is the most recent High Limit winner going back to last week at the Tuscarora 50, and he's been on a heater as of late. He's won 3 of the last 5 High Limit races, and he's moved himself into second in the championship. With 10 races left, Brad Sweet's championship lead right now has swelled to 230 points, but there's still a lot to decide further down the order. Remember also that Parker Price Miller will be in a different car going forward as he's partnered up with Brandon Eikenberry to finish the High Limit schedule in his car. It's the 25 car. It's not going to be the 25 car. It'll be the 9P, but it'll look like Eikenberry's car. Out west, the World of Outlaws California swing continues with stops at Bakersfield and Merced. David Gravel still leads the title fight right now, but Carson Macedo and Buddy Kofoid have been the story as of late, those two splitting the last 4 race wins. And on his own, Macedo has won 5 of the last 9 Outlaw races as he tries to run down Gravel in the standings. The gap is 110 right now with shots back to third. He's 134 out. For the non-wing folks, the USAC Sprint Cars have 2 races this weekend, Friday at Circle City and Saturday at Hobstadt. Brady Bacon currently has 15 straight top 8 finishes. He won last Saturday night at Texarkana 67 Speedway. He still trails Logan Seavey by 75 points, though, with only 7 races to go on that schedule. Other sprint car action coming up includes the ASCS 360 National Tour at Casper Speedway and Arrowhead. It's the Hockett McMillan Memorial Weekend at Lucas Oil Speedway. Remember, that one is now a 410 wing show under Power Eye along with the War Sprint Cars. There's also local and regional action including the IRA, MOA, NOSA, and racing in Ohio, Pennsylvania, and elsewhere. At Fonda Speedway, the 3-day Fonda 200 begins tonight for the Short Track Super Series. The modified competitors will race for $53,000 on Saturday night with several other divisions on the undercard all weekend. Stuart Friesen is the defending event winner. Matt Sheppard leads the North and overall series standings, and Alex Jankowski leads the South. Lots of big paydays coming up for the Northeast modified teams in the coming weeks, and this one really kind of kicks that off. If you want to see your streaming options through the next several days, make sure to head up DIRTRACKR.com/watch tonight. It's got everything coming up on Dirt Vision and Flow Racing, Speed Sport, and all of the major streaming players. It includes who's racing, where, on what service, broadcast start times, and all of the links to watch. We'll call it good for there this week. As always, your support of the show is very much appreciated. Hope you guys have a great Thursday and a great weekend out there. We'll see you right back here on Sunday.